Good morning, my name's Julie from So Unique and welcome to week 3 of my November weekly vlog. I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media, on the high street and of course Etsy. Etsy is where I sell sort of yarn jewellery, commercial sock yarn, project bags, pouches, things like that. Anything knitting, crochet, sewing related. Well, this week it's going to be really about sewing and more sewing, I'm afraid. As you know, I'm exhibiting at Yorkshire Yarn Fest at the end of this month and I need to make a few more bits. This month seems to be flying by and I don't seem to be getting anywhere fast. But first off I'm going to enjoy my cup of Yorkshire tea this morning and then I'm going to get sewing. And I thought I'd share with you some of my whips. I have got quite a few I think, but I'm only going to share a few today. I'm on sock 2 of this, of the Robin yarn, so that's one of the whips I've got to do, but I'm doing this one up as a sample for Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and obviously I'm working on the Holyberry one for Yorkshire Yarn Fest, so I've got a bit of an excuse here for not doing the second sock. Well, that's my reasoning. But I've just been having a look through some of my project bags and I found, well, this pair of socks. I think I'm getting in a bit of a muddle here, but this is a pair of shorty socks I started. I hate to say it, but I think these are 2 years old and this is as far as I've got, and this is gorgeous yarn. Now I think this might have been from the little tailoress who is now Dandelion and Dogwood. I'm sure this is her yarn, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm on the heel flap, I've done that. So I'm about to start, I'm on the gusset of that one and I've just got to do the gusset of that one. I really do need to get these finished. And my next wig is a pattern by Jules of So Sweet Violet, and these are the little rabbit socks. I was really enjoying doing this. You can hear that's Charlie. Because these are knit toe up and I've never knit toe up socks before. So these are the colours that I'm using, and that is probably the first pattern I think I bought off Jules, and it's written lovely. And the nice thing about it is she's put a video tutorial link in for the toe, which was really helpful to me because the way she does her toe, I'd never done it before, and reading the pattern I was just confused by it all, but watching the video and reading the pattern at the same time, yeah, I understand it and it was really good. I only had I think I was a little bit slack on my toe because I've got a bit of ladder in there, but I've never done this before, so it's nothing to do with the pattern. The pattern's lovely, it's me, it's my tension. So I'm on the foot and I think I've popped this away because I've never done toe up. It's like, oh, how do I know how many rows to do, where do I stop for the heel and all that, but I will come back to it. I think I'm going to make a point next year after Christmas probably starting in January, getting my whips out, especially these that I'm showing today, and just working on them. I've got a lovely selection of new yarn sat on my shelf there, which I really want to get into using, but I also need to get some of these whips finished. So looking forward to doing this. I think this was from her Easter collection, or no, her Easter sock that she was doing. So I might have a pair of Easter socks ready for next year if I'm lucky. What yarn am I using? I think it's Hedgerow yarns, and I think it was a set of minis. Oh, that's Charlie again. But that's all the colours. There's all sort of Eastery colours, spring colours. So I'm really looking forward to getting these done. If I can have them done for next Easter, I will be more than happy. And I'm keeping them in my gorgeous little bunny bag. And the inside has that lovely floral fabric. So yeah, I really like this bag. And my next whip is in my toadstool bag, and it is my toadstool sock. I got the one finished, and I put it away, didn't I? But I really would like to get obviously this next sock done. So I think what I'm going to have to do after Christmas is sort my project bags out, just get them a little bit more organised, and then start and work my way through them. I'd like to get rid of at least these that I'm showing today. And then the final whip that I'm going to show you today are my Strictly socks. I've been really naughty on these. I haven't been doing anything on them. But I'm using the pattern for the Jemima socks from Kay of the Bakery Bears. I'm loving this pattern. So yes, and oops, that's as far as I've got on the first sock. I mean, I only do shorty socks. I like shorty socks, but I love this pattern. It's quite easy to do, and the colours of this yarn, they're actually coming up a little bit more red on the screen, but they are sort of more on the pinky side. So yeah, and I've started on the second sock as well. I've been doing the cuff, but that's as far as I've got, and they are being kept obviously in my Strictly bag. So I need to get on with these. It seems to be all go, isn't it, these days? I don't seem to have enough time to sit and do the knitting that I want to do. But after Christmas, I am determined to get these socks finished. I've just found another bag with a whip in. I'm ashamed to say these are last year's Advent socks. Who was I swapping with? I think it's Lady Rochester off Instagram. She's lovely. She does a lot of knitting herself, and she sent me some gorgeous yarn in our Advent swap. And this is as far as I've got, and I popped them away. I'm on the gusset. I think that's what I think. Like I said, these are last year's. I think what was causing me a problem was the gusset. I was just getting a bit confused by it all, but I now know how to do it. I don't have a problem with the gusset, so I have no excuse now. So I must admit, it would be nice to have these finished for this Christmas to wear. But until the end of this month, I think I'm going to struggle, so I might not get these done. But I will do it at least when I wear them next year. At least it'll just remind me of an Advent swap that I had with the lovely lady. And I'm keeping them in my lovely Christmas bag that I made last year. I absolutely love this fabric. It's very I don't know, old fashioned, I think, and it's really nice. I love the colours. It's got a handle on, and the inside is the same as the top frilly bit. So I really like that. I just wish I'd got some more of this fabric because it is so nice. And I've just finished my other jar ready for Christmas, for the candles to go on the mantle. So I'm pleased with that. I managed to get that done today. Yeah, and I've just been doing some sewing on the memory bear, the second memory bear. But I've had a lot of cutting out of interfacing today, and I've just got an arm, no, I've got the pair of arms to do and a leg. Then I can actually do a bit more sewing on the bear. So I'm going to save that probably for tomorrow now. And I've just put tea on. We're having a bit of a concoction tonight. I've put some vegetables in to roast in my tin my usual way. And I put some tofu in as well, marinated tofu, so we're going to have that tonight. But I wanted like a sweet and sour dish tonight. So I haven't got any sauces or anything for sweet and sour, so I've put some balsamic vinegar in and some honey in. Oxo cubes, salt and pepper, things like that. So it's cooking now, and I'm going to do some noodles, and then I'll see what else I need to add into it when it's ready. Just hope it turns out okay. Well, this week when I was doing my Morrison shop, I was looking for some Yorkshire tea bags because I'm running low again, and there was an offer on a big box, but when you look at the small box, it worked out cheaper to buy 3 of the small boxes rather than the big box. So I bought them. And I noticed that they'd got some of this Yorkshire tea with the malty biscuit taste. And I thought, well, I've got to try some. And this is my second cup. And it's not nasty. It just tastes a biscuit. I can't make up my mind whether it's something I would have all the time, but I've got 40 tea bags here, so I'm going to use it and see what I think to it by the end. But at the moment I can't make up my mind whether I like it or I don't. But it's not nasty tasting, it's just, yeah, it's got a bit of a biscuity taste. You can smell that maltiness there, but like I say, it's not nasty, it's pleasant enough. But whether I'd continue buying it, I don't know. And they were on offer, they were only £2, so I thought, well, try it, let's find out. We shall see. Well, I'm just getting ready to go out. I'm waiting for my eldest son to come round with the grandchildren, and we're going to walk down to Montgomery Hall, which is basically at the bottom of our street, and there's a craft fair and farmers market on today. I think this is the first one they've had, so yes, looking forward to that. So see what they've got. And next Friday it is our, well, it's our light switch on in the town centre, and it's, oh, they have craft stalls. We've actually got a stall there next week. They switch the lights on. We've got each year the tree seems to get smaller and smaller in the town centre, but yeah, freshen up with that and Charlie. Yes, where was I? Yeah, the tree lights are getting switched on, so there's lots of stalls, rides for the children, hot dog stands, coffee stands, things like that. So Charlie wanted to come out. I'll be back in a second. So yes, it should be a good day next Friday. It's sort of people start setting up in the town centre from about 1 o'clock, and the event sort of goes on to roughly, I don't know, somewhere between 6 and 7 in the evening. So yes, I mean I will be down there. The shop will probably be open for a little while. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Just hope it doesn't rain. Luckily, all the people that have got stalls have gazebos, and we've got a gazebo as well, which is a good job. Yes, so I'm just waiting for Carl and grandkids to turn up, and then we're off to the craft fair. So looking forward to that. So I will take you with me and see if I can get any pictures. And I've just got back in from the craft fair, and well, we've been out just over 2 hours now, and it was really nice. It was only small, it wasn't terribly busy, but there were some really nice stores down there, and I've got a couple of bits that I've bought. I've got a terrarium. Look at that. There was a lady selling all these kind of things, and I thought, yes, I'm going to have one of those for the windowsill in the kitchen. And she told me how to look after it. So, yes, that was lovely. Now this next one, it's absolutely stunning. And the lady actually lives in the next town to me. Look at that. I will try and get some photographs maybe when it's a little bit darker so you can see it better. But yeah. And the nice thing is, the lady who makes these, she doesn't live that far away from me. She lives like in the next, well, it's the next town really, so it's not far. And she has a Facebook account, and she sells on eBay. And I'm going to get another fairy one, I think, off her, but a proper lantern. And I've asked her about her special bauble. I don't know if Adele's going to be watching this, but it's actually for her. And the lady she must make these little figurines, and she's got them on baubles, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So I asked her if she did penguins, and she says yes. So I'm going to order one of these lanterns. So it's going to be looking very nice and Christmassy around here soon, which I can't wait. So now I'm going to go and have a bit of lunch and a nice cup of tea. Well, I've had a cup of tea and something to eat some. I'm going to put some sourdough bread on now. But while I've been sat having a drink, I think I'm getting a cold. I've just started to get that horrible feeling in the back of my throat and in my nose, and I've got too much to do to get a cold. Anyhow, I don't know if you can see it, but that is my mixture. So I'm just going to pop this in the bread machine now. So this will take about 3 hours and 5 minutes. So yeah, so that's going to be what? It's going to be about 8 o'clock tonight before it's finished. And I'm really fancying baked beans on toast today. So that might be a late tea for me tonight. Mind you, it depends how I feel. I might not want anything. So yeah. Oh, the bread's proving away in the bread machine now. I've just mixed up a Victoria sponge, so I'm making Adele a little birthday cake. And I've been listening to my book and I've finished it. And I have to say it was very good. There's a little bit in the book, a little sort of slight giveaway that you can guess the ending, which was very exciting because I picked up on that and thought, yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is though, otherwise it will spoil the surprise if you want to get it. But yeah, it's a proper cosy mystery with the police and all that and this ghost, and that's really good. But the ending just cut off dead, and I'm like, this is not, you know, what happened there? Because obviously I'd guessed what was going to happen, but yeah, it just sort of finished. But it leads into the next novel. So when I've finished here in the kitchen, I'm going to go and order the next one because you know, I feel like I've been left hanging a little bit, and I'm dying to get on to the next part. So yeah, so I would recommend it. Go and get it. It's not expensive, and especially if you just want the book, it's only a couple of pounds, I think it was. But yes, a good read. So enjoy. Oh, the sourdough's coming on nicely. It's got about 43 minutes to go. So I'm looking forward to that tonight. Well, I think now I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and go and probably sit down and watch catch up on Strictly, basically, because I've missed last week's and I've forgotten about it. Otherwise I would have watched it during the week. But yes, I should go and do some sewing, but I don't really feel like it today. I think I might just watch Strictly, cup of tea, and maybe do a bit of knitting, work on my hollyberry socks, I think. And this is Adele's birthday cake. It's just a Victoria sandwich with buttercream icing in, made with butter, and lovely strawberry jam. I've got one of these sort of old-fashioned looking cake coverers. So once we've had a piece of cake tonight, then it'll just go in the tin. It looks quite cute. Well, I'm just enjoying a mug of Yorkshire tea this morning. As you can tell, I've got full on cold, so I can't see me getting much done today. Never mind, I'm sure I'll be fine in a couple of days. But I just wanted to show you, just put my tea down. I just wanted to show you something that Adele got me yesterday. As you know, Adele's been at an anime convention all weekend. And she brought me this gorgeous pin. And I actually think it's shrimp plastic. It's really lovely. She knows I like alpacas, so I don't know where to put it. Like I do put pins on some of my project bags, but I think I might make a display to go up on the wall because they're on my project bags and they're just tucked away in the corner, some of them. So I think I might do some kind of frame art or something and put them in there, because I've got a few 12 by 12 frames. So yeah, I think that's something. I might keep that idea for the new year though. Well, I've just been having a little look through some of my cookery books, and I've got my Nigella Lawson Christmas book that I've had for a few years, and I've decided that I am going to make my own Christmas cake this year. I did do one last year. It was nice, but it was massive, and I don't really want a huge cake because I don't eat a lot of fruit cake, but I do like a bit at Christmas. So I thought I'm going to try the Nigella Lawson one this time. And in this book, you actually get recipes for 3 different size cakes, which is good. So I'm going to go for the smaller one. And you want a 15cm square tin, which I think I've got one. So that'll be good. And I'll probably ice it this year, so I think I'm going to pop some of the ingredients on my Morrison shop this week and do it at the weekend. And I think this time I'm going to probably put brandy in it. I think last year I used whiskey and I added to it several times on the run up to Christmas, and yeah, it was nice. I mean, I'm not a whiskey drinker or anything, but it tastes really nice. So yes, you'll have to join me at the weekend for when I do the cake. I think as well this year I fancy making some edible treats as well as gifts, and I'm just looking through the Nigella book, and there's some Christmas chutney, and I think that'll go down a treat actually, because we all like chutneys and things. Yeah, so I think I might do that as well. So there'll be 1 or 2 people that'll be getting some nice little treats this year. Okay, you can blow out your candle. Happy birthday, doll.
Okay.
Blow. Hey.
Yay.
It's teas all in one, roasted tomato and bay orzo with black pepper. My tomatoes aren't on the vine, so it doesn't look quite as neat, but looks nice. And I've had a question regarding memory bears. Somebody wanted me to explain about memory bears. Well, memory bears are, well, say if you've got a baby or a young child and you want like a keepsake of their clothes and things like that, so you make a teddy bear or something. It seems to be teddy bears these days, what people make, or cushions, out of their clothes. Or I think more commonly, or ones I get asked to make, are when somebody's died, like a parent or something, people want a keepsake of the mum's or the dad's clothes. But you can't just go and cut out a teddy bear shape in the fabric, because usually you get lots of different weights of fabric. You get stretchy fabrics, cotton fabrics, you get pyjamas, night dresses. You need to stabilise that fabric, so you can get an iron-on stabiliser. So then you don't it. About that customer lady left a purse in the shop this morning. She's just come back for it. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yeah, memory bears. Stabilising fabric. You need to stabilise your fabric, because people do ask you to make them out of like pyjamas, football shirts, trousers, all kinds of different fabrics, and you know, you can't be using stretchy fabrics or thin fabrics and thick fabrics unless you've stabilised all the fabrics. So it takes a while to get everything prepared and cut out. and it's finding the right stabilizer, because you want something that's very soft that will fuse to the fabrics. So you don't want to like cut out a teddy bear and it's all stiff, because that's no good, is it? So it does take time finding the right stabilizer. Now, when I started making them a few years ago, I had no trouble finding stabilizer. Brilliant. But this time, because I've needed some more stabilizer, trying to find what I wanted has been very difficult, because it's not as soft and lightweight as I'm used to using. So, but it is out there. I mean, you really need to actually go to a shop and buy it. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money for stabilizer. Because online, I bought mine online, and it says, yeah, for memory bears, perfect. And you buy it, and it's too stiff. Even though it's quite soft, it's still too stiff. So, you know, you need to search around for things like that. But it is a nice thing to do for people. It can get a bit emotional though when people come to collect the bears or the cushions, and you know, so you end up, I mean, they are so pleased that you've made something like that for them, but you know, it gets very emotional. But yeah, I mean, I have made the teddy bears before, just for general teddy bears. If I can find some photographs, I will put them in after this clip. And the pattern I use is a simplicity one, and this is C5461. But whether you can still get this one or not, I don't know, because I had trouble finding it. But there's some waistcoats and hats with this teddy bear, which I've never used. I only use it for the teddy bear. But you can see all the different colours of the teddy bear on there. So if you've got a good selection of clothes, you can cut out the feet pads, patches on the face, the ears. They can all be different colours, and they do look really nice. I made one earlier on this year, and it was using all pieces of marble fabrics, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I made one a few years ago in a seasidey theme, just with bits of fabric, and that again, it was lovely. It's a nice size. I must admit, when it's sat, it's probably about 14 to 18 inches when it's sat, so it's a good size of bear, so it's really nice. So I mean, any old clothes, anything, you know, it's a nice gift if like say somebody's got married and they want to get rid of the wedding dress, or they want something making with it, you know, a bear. I mean, I know people have made cushions out of the wedding dresses, and they look stunning. So it's worthwhile having a go. So I hope you enjoy it. Anyhow. Yeah, I'm just looking at the back of the pattern, and on this one it does say that there's two sizes of bear in here. It says 18-inch and 22-inch, which I hadn't really noticed. So I think I must be doing the bigger one actually. But yeah, yeah. And you just you can use button eyes if you wish, stitch a button on. Excuse me. I think it does call for an embroidered nose if you wish, but the last one I made, I cut a black nose out of some felt. I did a heart shape and just stitched that on, and that looked really nice. I like that one. And you can put safety eyes in as well, but I would make sure you put a little bit of felt at the back of the eye on the inside of the fabric, because the plastic or metal ring to hold the eye in can actually push through your fabric, so you've got to be careful with that. But yeah, you could just stitch a bit of out on if you want to. I mean, if you look at the pattern, the eyes and the nose, it's embroidered nose, like I said, or felt for the eyes. So yeah. Well, just got back from Tesco's and I've been looking at Yankee candles for Christmas light, and I don't like cinnamon at all, and a lot of them do have cinnamon in. So I'm trying. These are the wax melts, and they are cherry and vanilla, and they smell really nice. So I'm going to try them. And I've also got the Yankee, what's it called? The Reed diffuser in the cherry and vanilla as well. So I think I'm going to like these because, like I said, they smell nice, and then I'll get a couple of the bigger candles, and that should do me. I'll probably have used them all up there before Christmas, so I'll have to go and buy some more. Well, I'm at the shop again today, and I have to say it's been really cold. The walk down to the shop was freezing today. It's windy, it's damp, so I'm just enjoying a nice cup of Yorkshire tea. And I thought I'd share with you today some Christmas things that I've made, not just now, over the last few years, I suppose, really. I've got some stockings that I hang up in the shop each year. Yeah, I can't remember what pattern this was. I think it was a simplicity pattern, to be honest, but it's got a nice cuff on it. I love this owl fabric. It was one of my favourites when it came in. And then the next one, excuse me, is penguins and little reindeer. It's got a nice thick cuff on it. I really like this one. And I have them hung around here on the shelf, so I'll just hang that one up there. And then this one, this nice red one, will go over here. That just adds a nice touch to the shelves. And then the last one is using this nice glittery, sparkly fabric. I don't know if you can see it, but with the lace. And I love this thick cuff that it has. Well, yes, this is the polar bears and snowflakes. So yeah. And another thing I made, probably going back 3 years now, is this elf. I think he's quite cute, but it's quite big, this one. Look at those feet. So yeah, he sits up on my shelf each year and watches over everybody. But I love his dungarees. They're just baggy and it looks a bit like a clown. But yes, his body's done in this nice spotty fabric, and then his feet are done in this mottled fabric. But no, I think he's cute. The pattern came from, let me think, I think the company's called Owl and the Pussycat. I know she used to be on Crate and Craft, but like I said, I'm going back a few years now, and if I can find the pattern, I will put the links down below where you can get the pattern from. But yeah, I'm sure if you search Owl and the Pussycat, it'll come up. So I'm going to pop him back up my shelf now. There is little Belle. Reminds me of the cats. So yes, I'm going to pop him back up on the shelf so we can continue looking down on everybody. And I thought I'd show you some of the wreaths I've made in the past. These are all hung up on the wall actually now, so I'm going to get each one down at a time. But this is using a nice chunky yarn. I think it's like King Cole Yummy, or I can't think of the other mate now, Flutterby. But this might be Yummy, this one. And I've got a machine embroidered snowflake in the centre, some gorgeous ribbon, and some nice pom-poms using a different kind of yarn, and it looks really nice and up on the wall. I'm really pleased with this one. And the next two reeds, this is using the King Cole chunky tinsel yarn, and they've all got polystyrene rings in, but I think I love the colour of this, and I've got a die cutting machine, so I cut out some poinsettias in some wool felt, and yeah, I really like that one. And the next one is same again, different colour yarn. It's I think it's a sparkleless one or something, and I got some teal poinsettias, and I put some little beads in the centre, which I really like that one. Mind you, I like them all. I'm biased, aren't I? And that is the King Cole tinsel chunky. It's really nice and sparkly. I'm not saying you can't crochet with it, because you can do. I think it's just a bit fiddly because of all the little bits. So, but if you're sort of an expert, I suppose, you're good at crochet, I'm sure you'll manage to do it, because I know I've seen some patterns that have been crocheted with this yarn. The next one's the same type of thing, it's a bit more traditional colours. Nice red poinsettias and some holly. So yeah, I like this yarn though. I think this one's lovely, the sort of more traditional colours. And then the next one, I've used the King Cole Christmas Glitz. That's a DK one, and that's really nice. And oh, this one's actually crocheted. I've crocheted this one. So yeah. And that's the back of it. I'll show you the back of it, then you can see how the crochet works out with this yarn. And I've popped a ring on the back there to hang it up with. So yeah, really like that. And this is the last wreath I made. This one's actually baubles, and this comes out every year, and it's just basically a load of different sized baubles stuck on a polystyrene ring. And I've got some of this nice foliage, which I got from the range. It was only, I think it was £1.99 for a strip, and yeah, you get a lot out of it. And yeah, it's all silver, and it's been sprayed with some snow, and yeah, and that's basically the back of it, and that hangs up by the till in the shop. Now, like I say, I must have made it 3 years ago, and it just gets wrapped in a plastic bag, popped in the safe, and it sits there quite nicely until the following Christmas. So yeah. And the last decoration I'm going to share with you today is a button Christmas tree. And this is all buttons and beads. And there's some Father Christmas buttons on and things like that. So this is sitting on the counter with my little chick lady, groovy chick, and another tray. So the other tray, it's quite big, this one. I don't think I'm going to get it all in shot, but this one took weeks to make. But I used up all the odds and ends of Christmas fabrics one year, after all the classes I'd had, from aprons and patchwork and everything like that. And yeah, so this was certainly a labour of love, and I can't tell you how many people have actually wanted to buy it, and I said no. You can't put a price on something like this. You know, like I say, it was a labour of love, and I want it in the shop. I want it to be in the shop to inspire people to make one themselves, because they don't have to make a big one like that. You can make a little one like this size, And I've made smaller ones and I've sold them in the shop, which is fine because they don't take too long to make. But yes, well, this big one, this stays in the shop. And the next thing I'm going to show you is a Christmas cushion. Now, it's a little bit creased, you have to excuse that. But the snowman head was a pattern out of a magazine. I can't remember which magazine it was, but if I can remember or find that, I will pop the link down below. But I've put on the top Let It Snow, and we've done some hand stitching on there, and we die cut some snowflakes and stitched them on, and got a nice bit of holly on his hat. I did this one as a class a few years ago and everybody enjoyed making it. So it comes out each year, but like I say, it's a little bit creased because it's only just come out of the box, so I need to give that a press. And the last thing I've got is a Father Christmas, and it was out of the Tilda book. So it's very cute, and I've got a stand that he stands on, and he goes up on the shelf with the elf. So that's part of my decoration. Maybe the stand could do a shortening down a little bit, but yeah, it's different. It's not everybody's cup of tea though, I'm afraid. Not everybody liked him, but I like him. I think he's nice. Well, I'm about to do a bit of sewing now. I'm making a start on a few more bags for Yorkshire Yarn Fest at the end of this month, and I'm going to do 1 or 2 Harry Potter bags. So yes, I'm going to be doing that for a little bit. It's been quite a quiet day today. Just had a customer come in and she says it's raining outside. Not as bad as it has been, so I think people are just stopping in today. So I'm going to make the most of my free time and do a bit of sewing. I've been packing some orders up this morning, so that's been nice. So now it's gone 12 o'clock, so I'm going to make a start on some sewing at long last. Well, I'm home from work. I should have been on the school run today, but my son picked up my little helper, so at least he didn't have to walk home in the rain, because yet again it is raining, cold and windy. So I'm just enjoying a nice cup of Yorkshire tea, and I'm just catching up on a few vlogs on YouTube. I'm just watching Yarn and Yarns. So yeah, then I've got to go and I need to do some crafting today. I've got a bit of sewing to do. I've got 2 project bags to finish off, which they're going to the yarn show at the end of the month. I need to put the nose on the memory bear, so that's number 1 finished. So he'll be able to go off to his owner soon. And I need to make some sourdough bread tonight because we're out of bread. And I've got a cake to I'll put the filling in. Last night Kevin says, have we got any of that Victoria sponge left, Adele's birthday cake? So I says, no, I think it's all gone. So he moaned, and I says to him, would you like me to make some more? So he says yes. But that's not like him. He's not really, well, he doesn't seem to be a cake eater these days, but no, he says he liked it because it was firm. He doesn't like squishy cakes. But I must admit it was nice. So I made a bargain with him. I said, will you wash the tea dishes up then, and I'll make a cake. So the cake didn't finish cooking until about 11 o'clock last night, so it cooled down before we went to bed, and so it's all in the tin ready for me to put the filling in. So I shall do that in a little bit. As long as it's ready for tea tonight, he'll be happy. So yes, I'm just going to finish off my cup of tea and then I'm going to get on with some work. Well, I don't buy many magazines these days, but I went into one of the little supermarkets and got this BBC Good Food, and it's all you need for Christmas. So I'm going to settle down this evening and have a good look at this to see if there's anything I fancy making. So I'm looking forward to that. But work has to come first. I've got plenty of jobs to do. Well, I'm currently in my craft room. I was absolutely chucking it down with Ryan. But I've got a couple of little jobs I need to do. I've just made a couple of project bags today. Ready for Yorkshire Yarn Fest. And a lavender bag. I need to get these pressed and top stitched and put some colour through. So that's one job that I've got to do. And then, what am I doing? Then I need to make some more gnomes because I'm going to make some up ready for Adele's store tomorrow. And then what? It's about 5:25 at the minute, so I've got till 6 o'clock, and then I need to go and put the tea in the oven. So it's all prepped, ready to go. So I need to get on now and see what I can do. Well, it's Friday afternoon now, and as you can tell, I'm full of cold still. I thought it was going off yesterday, and last night I started to feel off it again, and it's all just come back on again. I'm sneezing, sniffling, I'm blocked up, and I just feel, ugh. Oh dear. So I had intended on opening the shop up today because it's Friday, but I just felt awful this morning. I stayed in bed for a little bit longer. I've just taken some tablets, some strong, well, Panadol Extra. I like them. They seem to work pretty fast. So I'm hoping it perks me up enough to get me through the rest of the day, because it's light switch on today and it's the afternoon now. We're coming up to 10 to 2. So all the stores are being set up in the centre of in the town centre, and Adele and Jake have been ferrying stuff up and down. So they'll be setting up now, and I'm just, like I said, I've just had some paracetamol, so I'm enjoying a double chop mocha. I'm just going to have this, then I'm going to take a couple of bags down to them, and if I've got time, help them a little bit, and then I'm off on the school run to pick up my little helper, and then we'll come back to the town centre, and it will, by that time it will be getting on for it officially started. It doesn't really start till 4 o'clock, and the light switch on's around about 5. So obviously my little helper's going to be hungry, so I think we'll have to pop into the little Asda on the way back and probably get him a tuna and sweet corn sandwich and a bottle of drink. That should keep him going for a while. And then we're just going to see what happens then. I don't know how long I'll be stopping down there for. He'll probably be getting picked up from me maybe around about 5:30. So we'll have a chance to have a good look round. Probably buy cupcakes and things like that. And I think the rides that are down there, I think he thinks he's too big for them. I mean, he's only 10 and I don't think he is, but it might not interest him this year. We shall see. And then hopefully tonight I should be making a start on my Christmas cake, because all the fruit's got to soak overnight. So if I'm feeling okay, that's going to be tonight's job. So I will share what I do. So I shall see you a little bit later on. Oh, and also I might get a little bit of footage from the town centre when the fair's in full swing and the lights are switched on. Just depends how busy it is. I mean, because up to now, every year it's been absolutely packed, so you can't get near anything. But I will do my best. Right, I'm just making a start on my Christmas cake. I've got all my dried fruit in here. I'm doing a little bit different from the recipe because when I altered my Morrison shop on Wednesday tea time, it's not saved all my shopping again, which I'm getting a bit fed up of. So I've had to use what I've got. So I've got the cherries, the raisins, mixed peel and apricots. So I'm just going to pop the brandy in, and then I've got to bring it to the boil and then let it cool down, and then I leave that overnight and it'll be ready to use tomorrow. It smells quite strong. Right, well, I've taken this off the heat. It said bring to the boil, and we didn't quite get to the boil before it actually set on fire. That was a little bit of a shock to me. I wasn't quite expecting that. So I've turned it off, taken it off the heat. So all I need to do now is let it cool down and then cover it up for overnight, and it'll be good to go tomorrow. So unfortunately you're not going to see the next stage until next weekend, but it'll give you something to look forward to, I hope. Well, I'm going to call it a night now. I nearly burnt my arm with that cake mix with the brandy in. Wasn't quite expecting that to happen. But yes, it's all cooling down now, so I'm going to call it a day now and get the rest of this video edited and make a start on uploading it onto the internet. So I just want to say thank you for joining me this week. It's been lovely having your company, and I'll see you again next weekend. Bye.